Borderlands 3 is awesome and great, but there are 5 things that I believe could make the game better. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Essiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that I believe will make the game a lot better, and I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys will probably agree with me. Now, if you guys, after I mention all 5 things, have a different suggestion, make sure you guys drop it in the comment section down below, because I would really love to hear you guys' feedback on what you feel the game needs to actually become a better and more fun experience. Now, before we get started, I do want to remind you guys that we have the memberships are live now, so if you want to join the Bolt Nation, click on the link down below and join the Bolt Nation and make us even more stronger. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into these 5 things that will make Borderlands 3 better. Number 1 I want to ask is custom loadouts. So I don't know if you're like me, you like to have a lot of builds, but you have your go-to build, but you also have a build that you might want to try and see maybe if it works better, or if you just have a different playstyle. Maybe you're doing more bosses than you're doing, just regular mob clearing, and you have a raid build. And so the problem with this is the fact that you have to switch things around every single time that you're trying to do a build for a specific type of activity. So like, let's say you want to play the raid, you have a raid build, but then after you're done with the raid, you want to go farm and you have a boss killing build, you have to switch everything around. I wish there was a way to have a custom loadout. Now, if you guys did play The Division, or any of you guys have played The Division and it came from The Division and played Borderlands, you know in The Division 2, we have an option of getting 4 different sets of loadouts that allow us to name them. They allow us to change different parts around, and whenever we want to access these loadouts, all we got to do is pick that specific loadouts, and those loadouts will automatically change all our inventory and pick the items that we already have picked for that specific loadout. So anytime we want to do an activity, we just go to our raid loadout. It'll switch everything around, put the class mod, pull in the artifact, put in the weapons, and we're ready to go and do the raid. If we want to go kill mobs, we pick our mob loadout and it will automatically do that. I think that it's something that should definitely be added to the game. And not only will it make the overall experience of the game a lot better, but it will give us more of a flexibility whenever we want to test a different build, or whenever we want to go ahead and mess around with something and not have to worry about, oops, I deleted the item, or oops, I don't remember what the loadout is. Let me go see Laser's video on how the build was actually made, or let's see what type of different, setup I had. So I think a custom loadout would be an ideal thing to have within the game, and I really wish that it gets added. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys favor of custom loadouts? Drop a like on this video so we can see how many of you guys favor custom loadouts. So now on to feature number 2. Now, the other feature that I think should be added to the game is giving us the ability to change the mayhem modes without having to go to Sanctuary. I think it's very important sometimes when we want to test different weapons, or we want to do certain farming, or we don't want to do Mayhem 4, but we do want to do Mayhem Mode 3, and then we want to keep playing the game, and we might want to switch over to Mayhem 4, giving us the ability of not having to fight a Sanctuary and allowing us to switch to the Mayhem modes within the menu system, I think would be a very viable option. It's not a very hard or difficult thing to do. I think it's something that could be easily be introduced very nearly in the future, and I don't think it's going to be something that would take a lot of development to actually get done, but I think it's a very nice feature to have that will make not only our life a little bit easier, but it'll allow us to play the content the way we want to play it whenever we want to play it. Sometimes we might want to have a higher difficulty, sometimes we just want to have a smaller ride, but we just don't want to fly all the way to Sanctuary to do that. If you guys think the ability of changing Mayhem modes on the fly is a good thing, drop a like on this video. Alright, so now to feature number 3, I want them to allow access to the API. Now, for those of you who are not tech savvy or don't know what I mean, is having access to the API is allowing other people to create content for the game outside of the game. So if you're familiar with Destiny, you know there is a thing called a Destiny item manager. What this allows you to do is you're able to go to a website either via your phone or either on your PC, and it allows you to see all your characters. In addition to seeing all your characters, you're able to see all the inventory for each individual character, and you're also able to see the inventory inside the vault. what this really cool feature allows you to do is that, let's say you're playing Amara and you're like, man, you know what, this weapon actually might be pretty good, but that weapon is insane. So the currently way we do it now is we have to go to the we have to go to our menu. We have to go then switch characters. After we switch characters, we have to take our character to Sanctuary. We have to take our character to Sanctuary and head to the vault, deposit the weapon at the vault, and then we got to go back to the menu. We then go to Amara, head to Sanctuary, go to the vault, and then get the weapon, put it in our character, and then grab that weapon and go to whatever type of event that we have. That is way too much things, and this could all be simplified by either giving access to the API or creating an app that allows us to have access to the inventory via our mobile phone or via the PC, which will make transferring the gear a lot easier and make the content very playable and a little bit more enjoyable and most accessible to everybody that is playing the game. So if you think an inventory management app is a must, drop a like on this video. All right, so now to feature number 4. So for feature number 4, I would like to see the ability of us being able to switch characters either on the fly or through the menu without having to exit the game and swap characters. So something like if you're playing Mayhem Mode 5, or I'm sorry, Mayhem Mode 5, Mayhem Mode 3 or 4, and you're having a really hard difficulty, maybe you're trying out a different character and you just want to switch characters, but you don't want to log out and come back in, maybe just giving you the option of just clicking your menu and clicking swap characters without having to exit to the loading screen and switch the characters. I think that's a very easy feature, something that could be easily implemented and would make it a little bit more user-friendly when it comes to playing the game. If you think swapping characters from within the menu, it's a good feature to have, drop a like on this video. All right, so now to the 5th feature, and I think we've come to this time where everybody should want to have this feature, and that is either crossplay or cross save. The reason why I think this feature is a must, and it should be like priority number 1, and I mean, they had stipulated that they said that they were going to be adding it, so I'm really hoping that they do. I think we're at a point right now in the gaming that cross-save and crossplay and cross-save should almost be like a requirement for every single game, especially if it's going to be launching in multiple customs or multiple systems. We got into a point that not everybody's going to have a PlayStation 4, not everybody's going to have an Xbox and a PC all at once. There's going to be people who prefer the Xbox, there's going to be people who prefer a PlayStation 4, and there's people that love playing on the PC, but that doesn't mean that they don't have friends outside of these ecosystems. And I think something that would allow us to play Borderlands with every single person, regardless of whatever system they're in, is a positive thing. I know there's a lot of people who are struggling that maybe their friend plays on the PlayStation 4, they play on the Xbox, and they're like, oh man, I really wish I could play this game, but I don't want to spend another $40, $50 just to play the game with my friend and still have to grind the game out to get all the gear and get all the loot and get everything situated the way I think I could perform very well, and do that twice and even 3 times depending if you own 3 systems. I think crossplay or cross-save is a requirement. It's something that should be implemented in every single game going forward, and I really hope this becomes part of Borderlands 3. If you think cross-save or cross-play is a must, drop a like down this video. Also, guys, if you have any other additional features that I might not have mentioned or something simple, it could be a UI change, it'll be something that you feel that it's going to make the game a little bit more enjoyable, drop it in the comment section down below. Let me know. Let your voice be heard, and hopefully Gearbox hears us and they add some of these features pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.